Cam, it seemed like you guys had at times some instability just as far as injuries and things like that, but you were able to be pretty productive and keep yourself on the field. How do you kind of assess the year that you have when you look back, and what kind of stands out to you the most?
Yeah, first with that, I guess with an injury standpoint, are you talking about individually or just?
Yeah, just as a secondary, you guys.
Yeah, I'd speak individually and collectively. Individually, going into the year, just goal-wise, you want to be as healthy as possible and be able to complete a full season. So in the sense of that, I feel like, it was 1 week, but I feel like, fell short of that. But that's just something minor that is preventative, and just take care of the body, doing the things that, being consistent with the things that I do, and then as a collective, guys, like I said, just doing what they need to do, to take care of their body, give themselves a chance. I feel as a whole, we do as a whole. In the mornings, we're in hot tubs, cold tubs, training room throughout the day, getting our lifts, finishing out the day with meetings, just spending that time in the building, that's not in a rush. The DBs for a whole, I would say, are the first ones in and the last one to leave throughout the days. And, as a health standpoint, we have guys who play a lot of snaps and be able to, finish the duration of a season. So testament to that, too, as well.
Ken, the last time you went through this, you signed before free agency started. Is that appetizing to you again? Do you have any interest in actually testing free agency this time?
I don't even know nothing about that process right now, even just of how young I'm in and, coming into it just the last 2 years. We'll see what that looks like. I feel like we should even be still playing ball right now, in the sense of that. So I'm not even in the mind state of even, really looking into that, to be honest right now. Yeah. But excuse me. I'm sorry, you guys. I was coming in. No, I apologize. But in the sense of that, that'll come up whenever it does. I think whenever that process starts in March or something like that. And then we'll go from there. But yeah.
Cam, along those lines, would you like to be here long term?
Of course. I would say this has been my shout out to my dog Rail, shout out to all my dogs. All these boys. This is family. But for sure. This is home. This has been home to me since the beginning. It's a strong foundation and just really solid here. A lot of love for all the aspects here, and just the city in whole. So like I said, we'll see what that looks like. Obviously, when opportunity comes to. But yeah.
Cam, is there something to be said? I know we talked to the offensive line a lot about continuity and how much that helped them throughout the course of the second half of the season. You guys, with all the interceptions you had in the secondary, is there something to be said for perhaps keeping this core of the secondary together for next year so you can start as strong as you finish this year?
I think so. I feel like I said we were just getting into playing necessarily our best ball. Moving in towards the end of the year. Really getting to that comfortability level of finding out how guys play, see the game. Moving around out the field, just of not in the sense of necessarily always be in the right place at the right time, but different looks, different disguises. Having different versatile pieces of on the back end, different personnel packages. We're really kind of creating a different identity in that, and so just getting that exposure. Especially with the the new additions of guys coming in the first year and having a big part of that, a big success of that as well. And just obviously our pieces that we've always had, just our foundation, and just building off of that. So just continue to be able to find those pieces, continue to be able to broad and be able to, line up against, these various offenses you see, and matchups you see week in, week out, and be able to be successful. So it was a great start for us, but, it was just that, I feel like obviously it was so much ball. Like I said, it was so much ball that you look back on, you're going to always look back on, and it was, plays we should have made or could have made this and that third. And, that's just a stepping stone or a starting point for us, knowing that, there's so much out there for us to continue to be successful in so many different areas and help this team in so many different ways. So.
Last one.
Does that kind of add some passion, I guess, to kind of keep the group together going into the offseason?
Yeah, for sure. And, just our love and our bond for each other in a sense as well. I think that myself in general, just my bond with all the boys, all the fellas year in, year out, whether here or not, and then just obviously our collective, of our guys, just, the duration of a year, you guys see the final kind of product on game days, but we really put in the work, behind the necessarily the scenes, and just that genuine love, genuine bond that we take out there on the field. It makes the game easier for us, and that's just that partnership is not just necessarily work. It's not just coming to work and just we come in the building and that's just it, just playing ball, and just have that comfortability to just go out there and make plays and have fun doing it, and it just makes the game easier. And just been having that, like I said, having that comfortability with the guys. We had a great group of guys this year. Obviously, within, like I said, the new additions, and it's just of that mesh of within the team and kind of molding and finding our identity, especially moving into the latter of the year. So hopefully, like I said, it'll be something that we can be able to carry into the off season and possibly to the next year. So we'll see.
Connor, you finish obviously a big season for the entire rookie class, but when you evaluate the job that you guys have done, just what does it say about the contributions that all of you guys were able to have in your first year here?
Yeah, I think a lot of us have had a lot of different contributions at a lot of different times, and seeing Kenny come in and seeing what he's done has been great, and seeing George, the whole time from game one, being a day one starter, and him just continue to make strides, and everybody's path just looks a little different, but I feel like everybody made the most of their opportunities, and even with the defensive guys, you saw Mark Robinson, DeMarvin, and then you guys will see Calvin Austin next year as well. So it's been very fun and a great season. Obviously, we want to go to the playoffs, but that didn't happen. But hopefully in year two we can.
Talking to your brother yesterday, he said that the goal now, or the thing that he tells all you guys now, is don't let this year be your ceiling. How do you guys stay focused, or what do you keep in the back of your mind going into your first off season?
Year two, obviously you want to reflect on year one, but you always obviously want to look forward to year two, and not look back on year one in a way. You want to get the trust of the quarterbacks, get the trust of everybody, continue to work in the off season, everybody get on the same page, and meet up before we have to come back to camp. I think that'll help, and get us on the same page even faster, and help us win more games even sooner, because I think that's what kind of hurt us, right now. Lost some games early, but we figured it out late, and sometimes you can't do that.
Where do you put that one, the seam in your kind of personal highlight reel? The one yesterday up the seam between them.
Kenny, put the ball in the money. It was a too high look, and he just put the ball between safety and over the guy that was playing me in man. It was just a routine catch, and a play that we do all the time in practice, and a play that all of us tight ends can make.
I remember talking to you after the first game, you go one snap. What does it mean to kind of go from there to having a pretty big impact on the last game of the year and getting that trust and growing throughout the year?
Yeah, it's been great, but I know it wasn't going to be handed to me, and everything had to be earned, and that's going to continue to be the way, and I'm just going to continue to go out there and do my job, and if it's one snap or 30 snaps, just do it to the best of my ability.
We heard from you guys as a rookie class talk a lot about the bond that you guys have with each other, the trust and all those things that you're continuing to develop with each other. But how much excitement does that kind of carry over into next season, knowing that you guys are going to continue to grow in that way and have that foundation to build on?
Yeah, it's extremely exciting to continue to come to work with guys that you're really close with, and guys that you have a special bond with, and guys that care about football as much as you do, and if we continue to do that every day and come in here with the right mindset, the sky's the limit, and we're just going to come in next year ready to work and do whatever Coach T wants us to do.
Connor, you're a guy that has a skill set that seems to fit with what Matt Canada wants to do in his system. What did you make of the way that you were used this year, and what do you think maybe the ceiling is for you in that structure?
Yeah, I feel like I've been used in a lot of different ways, and as the season went on, it was more and more. And I understood that. As a rookie, I know they didn't want to, throw too much at me, but I showed them that I can handle it. And as the season went on, they gave me more and more. And hopefully next year, it just continues to be that way. The more, the better. But that's on me, and I got to, continue to come here and prove that.
Mike T said today that he felt like Matt Canada improved throughout the season, the way that the offense improved throughout the season. As someone that was in the system that Matt was calling, just where did you kind of see the most improvements in how the offense was run?
Yeah, any offense coordinator is going to improve it when the offensive play is going to improve, and when we're doing the right things and we're all executing and putting points on the board, it's not just a one-way street. That's how I've always viewed things. I think we're out there playing and we got to make the plays. Sometimes things can be called at different moments, but everybody's running the same stuff, and it's our job to go out there and execute and win our one-on-ones or win whatever the defense is throwing at us.
Kevin Johnson was just saying that at the bye week, one of the things Mike Tomlin and Matt Canada did was lay out the vision for the offense. What do you remember about the conversations that they had, and do you feel like you guys were able to execute that vision?
We were just going to have to run the ball, make plays on the outside, win in the flat like he always says, and you saw that all year, and just being able for us to stop a lot of teams throwing cover zero at us and doing a lot of different things, because having a young quarterback, but Kenny handled everything well, as you guys saw, and he led us all. We just followed him, and we went as he went.
Connor, Mike always talks about the progression from year one to year two, from your rookie year to your second season. What are some things that right off the bat that you have to get better at this offseason that you want to work on, that even before you guys get to mini camp and OTAs and all that you want to focus on?
Nothing in particular. I would just say everything overall. There's never a point in your game where everything is just at its best. I always feel like you can get better at something. So just trying to get stronger, trying to get faster, and just staying in the playbook, and just always trying to stay up to date on everything and staying ahead of stuff, and doing a good job of treat my body this off season, and because I know this will be the first time that I've had a good break coming from college to the whole process and until getting to this point.
Connor, it's been 5 months and 20 games. Does it feel like it for you the first time going through this?
No, it's honestly felt like a blur. It feels like I was just in college the other day.
I kind of meant more physically, your body.
Oh no, I feel better than I did in college. I did a better job of taking care of my body, and my brother being here, I feel like that's helped me, and he's did a good job of being on top of me with that. But also me just being at this level, you're not hitting every day. So I would say my body feels a lot better.
Mike talked about your brother being the kind of guy that still puts Heyward on the front of his helmet, and that's his mentality about nothing's taken for granted coming back. Where do you think his head is in your conversations that you've had with him about continuing to play for another bunch of years here?
Yeah, I honestly think he probably has 3-4 years left, maybe even more. I know he loves his game of football, and he still has the edge to him, and when guys are continuing to get older, that's what it's about. If you don't have an edge, this game isn't for you. But he's one of the guys that I feel like wants to play the most, and he loves this game, and he would do anything for it. And I feel like everybody in this locker room feels that way, and if not, anybody would step away from the game whenever they didn't feel that way. But that's his decision. But I don't even think that's a conversation, honestly.